All right, welcome back to another episode of the Purple Pill Podcast. I'm your host, Robert. I'm with my co host, Darren in LA. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. You can't complain. We on our 106 and Perk episode like that.
LA, how you doing?
Fantastic. Ready to get the day going.
All right, so I wanted to open up the podcast and first say Happy Women's History Month to everybody. Um, so we're going to try to talk a lot about women and women history this month. So you should expect that for your four podcasts this month. But let's go ahead and get right into the show. First, let's go to our first topic. It's about Gloria Orwoba. Is that how you pronounce her name, Ella?
Yeah, I think so.
So she's a Kenyan politician who was asked to leave parliament after she arrived in white trousers stained with fake menstrual blood as a form of protest against lack of access to sanitary products for women. So let's go ahead and watch this video and see what's going on here. All right, so that's her going into the what did she go to?
Was it the Kenyan Parliament
Kenyan
or
Parliament, and she was kicked out by her male co-workers, if you will, for doing this. What are your guys' first reactions, feelings about this whole situation, specifically about her protest?
so let me give a little background.
Go ahead.
Here's an article I'm reading here. So it says during Tuesday's plenary session, Senator Tabitha Mutinda asked the speaker to rule on whether Miss Orwoba had adhered to the House's dress code, saying she found it uncomfortable and inappropriate. You don't understand if she's on the normal woman's cycle or she's faking it, and so it is indecent, said Miss Mutunda. She asked she added there was a better way to raise the issue, and this was not setting a good example towards young women and girls. Miss Oroba responded by saying she was disappointed to be questioned over an accident that is natural. I have stained my clothes. I think I'm dressed as per the standing orders. I'm covered. I have a suit. I have collars. I'm just short of a tie, she told the Senate. This is happening because where they are in that part of the world, there's very little public funding for sanitary pads for women, and it is becoming an issue for women in that area. And she feels as though it is now the time to make it known and allow themselves a chance to receive the proper care that she needs. So they told her that she can leave Parliament to go change and she can return. Instead, she left, went to local schools in Nairobi, and distributed sanitary pads to girls in those schools. So I think she's walking the walk and talking the talk. I think this lady's on a good mission. She has other charities and women focused endeavors going on in that country as well. So I think she's definitely a woman to watch out for this year. But how do I feel about it? I personally would not walk around with my pants stained. I think it is, got a bad connotation and a stigma on it. But I think what she's doing in total, she means well. So good for her.
Darren?
Um, yeah, I do think she means well, and I think it's great to bring awareness to this in your part of the world. Ultimately, I don't think we would have known about it if she would have went about it any other way in our part of the world. So I think it's great to bring worldwide awareness to it. And ultimately, when I first heard about this, I thought it was disgusting until I saw that it was fake. But yeah, I don't have a problem with it, to be honest with you. You got to bring awareness to problems in your area. And I think she's going about it in a radical way, but ultimately, it did bring awareness. This is a world where
You
news gets
have to shock people. You have
yeah,
to like, what's happening to
yeah,
gain attention.
exactly, exactly.
Is that weird though? Like, why does it take so much to just something so simple, like something we take for granted in America, like sanitary pads and whatnot, like they're going without what we consider basic necessities.
Ron, what you think?
I think it's gross. I think it's disgusting. I don't think she should show up to work like that. I understand that you're trying to promote your movement. I agree with the politician that said that there was a better way of better ways of going about it. I do fuck with that she went to the different schools and was handing out sanitary pads. I do agree with LA. It seems like she is walking the walk and talking the talk. But
You don't see that often, Rob. Like she's about this life.
no, I feel it, and I agree with Darren. I came to the same conclusion Darren did, that the fact that if she didn't do this, we probably wouldn't be talking about it. So just like Colin Kaepernick in a way, your platform does matter, and where you do it, and you brought global awareness to something that we wouldn't have been talking about a week
So
ago.
now, does the country have to respond? Do they have to do better now because it's on a global scale, or do they
They
just
don't have to do
silently?
shit. This shit will
They just
blow it from a worldwide standpoint, like the world caring about it. This shit's gonna blow over in a week, and a lot of people said some white woman in Minnesota is not gonna care about this a week from now. She's gonna be like,
bro.
"Yeah, get them those pads," but a week later,
This
she's not gonna give a shit.
this was on BBC, like BBC Global News covered this, bro. Like everybody in the world knows about this now.
Elliot, news moves fast, bro. People are gonna forget about this tomorrow, unless you're actually dealing with it in that country. You're not gonna care about this shit tomorrow,
I feel
unfortunately.
sorry for that if that's the case. To be honest with you, because this is not. That's a. I feel like you'd say, we do take it for granted here, but I feel like it's a, like kind of a necessity in a sense, right?
Yeah.
I mean, do you want people walking around like that?
No.
So maybe they should give them what they fucking want then.
So exactly, if you're kicking somebody out of office for it, like I think you should know that this is actually a real problem. So I
It
don't know.
needs to be
Because
Um.
solved.
ultimately, I thought my biggest problem was going to be the fact that she didn't return to work, pretty much changed and just go right back to work. But shit, she, like you said, she's walking the walk. She went out there and started handing out stuff to the young girls. I have no problem with that.
I did have a couple questions about this because they said that you said healthcare was really poorly funded in general.
I said that. I don't know. I've never been to Kenya or Nairobi. I don't know.
Is that what the article said you read?
The article said, let me send the article. We can look at it. Maybe as soon as I can figure out how to do my shit. Here we go. They said that it was not funded, I believe. You see it?
Let me check.
Okay. That's it. So I read this earlier. Scroll down. Oop. After the pictures where I stopped reading. So she said, I read this part.
All right.
I read all of this, Rob.
Yeah, but it didn't say anything about their financial situation.
I don't know. Keep going down. Let's see. All right. Face girls and kings. So it says said her experience had made her understand the discrimination faced by some girls in Kenya when they're on their period. We have a girl who killed herself because of the same issue that I'm going through now. And now I understand because it is the women who are trying to make this a crime. A male senator also criticized her. We have wives and daughters, and they go through these cycles, but it's a matter to be managed personally without exposing it to other people. What Senator Gloria has done to this House is a disgrace. It is a lot of shame to this house. This must not be allowed to happen,
All
said
right,
Senator.
Stop,
let's
please
talk about
stop.
that. Let's talk about
You
that.
just stop right there.
So,
Dog,
what is he
that's
saying
ignorant.
really?
That's
What is he
ignorant.
really saying? Because he said
That's
his
ignorant.
wives and we have wives and daughters, they deal with it. Is he saying just figure it out?
That's ignorant.
Is
That's
that what he's
fucking
saying? That's what it sounds like.
That's what it sounded like, right? That was ignorant as shit.
Yeah.
That was ignorant. I'm sorry, bro.
Oh,
Nah.
here it goes. The last paragraph says the senator is behind a motion pushing for an increase in government funding for free sanitary pads and provision of female hygiene products in all public schools. She said the funding would address period poverty.
So do we do that in America already?
Do what?
Like at like public high schools, they have like tampons and stuff in the bathrooms for girls.
Not, I don't think we do it in the school. I don't think that's a thing in the school. But I mean, there are public places where sanitary products and women specific products are given out discounted or for free in the U.S.
Okay, I didn't know that.
You can go and get help if you need it. But I mean, it sounds like here it's not properly funded for them to do that. And I mean, there's a girl who killed herself from quote unquote period shaming. Like this sounds crazy to
So
me. Can you imagine?
So who's shaming her? Other women? Is that what she said?
It's either other women or that's what
Yes.
I don't know. We got to do a deep dive on this, man. But it
So is
seems
it like a status
crazy.
thing then?
It might be. It's just
Because you
crazy.
can't
to me.
afford to take care of yourself, I'm better than you type shit. Is that what this is?
This is fucked up. This
The
whole
only thing,
situation seems fucked up the more we go into it, to
the
be
only
honest
thing
with you.
I don't understand, this male senators like you got to deal with it at home, but like I don't think they're fully understanding what she's trying to convey. Like these people who are on this level of poverty that are going to these schools that maybe they can't. Like it's a problem. They're killing themselves because they're embarrassed and they're being like this is just I can't imagine. Like how bullying is killing people in America, which I still can't understand. Like, can you imagine this? Like, there's no American kid who would survive bullying from this.
No, this is sad as fuck, to be honest with you. And I'm just mad that they're not trying. They're like dudes just like, yeah, go ahead and deal with it at home. It's like, nah, man, like this is actually a problem that's real, like
Before they even started doing shit in Congress, there was like, she got to bounce.
Mm.
Like, no, I want to talk about it. Good for her though. I wanted to say shout outs to Gloria. You're a good woman. I hope to meet you one day in my life, but if I don't, I hope you watch this episode and know that I got your back. I'm not gonna walk around in no white pants, but you got to GoFundMe or something. I got a couple dollars for y'all, and we can make it work.
but I definitely support y'all. Definitely support y'all.
Down with the cause. Sounds good.
All right. And other black woman news. Um, I found out about this lady this week. Her name is Claudette Colvin.
Miss
She just
Claudette.
Yes, she just celebrated her 83rd birthday.
Ooh, wow.
The reason why we're talking about her is because she refused to move to the back of a bus 9 months before Rosa Parks. The NAACP did not want to use her to represent them because she was 15 and pregnant. And this thread shows other women that were arrested for not giving up their seats on the bus.
Wow.
So I wanted to go through this a little bit and just go through this thread. It talks about these black women. All right. So hold on, let me
Is Granddad in this?
No, Granddad's not in this. You're funny. So this says a century before Rosa Parks, there
Rest
was a
in peace, Granddad. Rest in peace, man.
Rest in peace, Granddad. So a century before Rosa Parks, there was Elizabeth Jennings. In 1854, she refused to get off the stretcher. She refused to get off a streetcar that only allowed white passengers. She was arrested and she sued and won. In her case, led to the eventual desegregation of New York City's public transit.
Shout out to her. She was the first one. The
LA Leaf?
original, like, nah, I think he just
Okay.
but yeah. Shout out to shout out to her. That's a big win.
It's
Like
a dub, right?
early. I think this is before shit. This before the Civil War.
1854. Yeah.
Wow.
Yo, she was doing shit early, bro. That's
I
what's
didn't
up.
know. When was the law? I don't know. Was black people allowed to go to court back then?
I mean, yeah,
Apparently, she won,
I mean,
or she wasn't able to go. Her lawyer won.
you were a citizen in the North, right?
But I mean, that doesn't mean racism wasn't still rampant.
Racism was still rampant, but it wasn't. But the whole point was you're still a citizen. You can defend. You can. There were slaves who was my dude? Jim Brown? Is that? I feel like that's the name off the top of my head.
The football player.
Nah, I'm gonna have to look this up.
I was like,
But
damn, you just called Jim Brown a slave?
nah.
Wow. So look, I'm reading this right now. It says pre-Civil War, Manhattan may have been home to the nation's largest African American population, and New York's black residents may have paid taxes and owned property. But riding the bus with whites was a different story. Ooh, see, it wasn't as sweet as y'all thought. Racism was still real and rampant.
Sorry about that. We had a little bit of technical difficulties there, but we're right back with you. Let's continue on this list. In 1944, Irene Morgan refused to give up her seat to a white passenger on a Greyhound bus in Gloucester,
Gloucester
County, Virginia. She was charged with violating Virginia Jim Crow laws. In 1946, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in her favor, striking down Virginia's law in Morgan versus Virginia case.
You know, fun fact, you know when she was born there?
Where was she born?
Baltimore, Maryland.
I can see it.
Baltimore.
I can see it. I ain't giving them my CD.
I ain't giving them niggas my seat. I'm
like,
from Baltimore. She's
no,
also from attitude.
Nah, yeah, it ain't happening. She said, I'm in Virginia. Nah, it ain't happening. Y'all better get
Y'all better take me off this bus.
Oh, but shout out to her, man. Shout out to Irene.
She had 2 children and passed in August 10th, 2007. Her
Right.
birthday day, Darren, was April 9th,
Mm,
1917.
right there. Right there.
Mhm.
So our next woman, 4 years before Rosa Parks, there was a PFC, Sarah Keys from the Keysville neighborhood in Washington, North Carolina, who, when traveling from Fort Dix in New Jersey, became back home to Washington, North Carolina in 1951, was told to give her seat to a white Marine and to move back to the back of the bus. So she was in the Army.
Yeah. Wow.
Washington, North Carolina. That kept fucking me up. All right, next.
Oh, the problem was they was fucking around in Roanoke. She should have never fucked around in Roanoke. That was the problem.
She refused to move.
They still have sundown cities, you know that, and Roanoke is one of them.
Okay, listen to this.
I ain't going.
LA, listen to this. She refused to move. Thus, the driver emptied the bus, directed the other passengers to another vehicle, and barred Keys from boarding it. When Keys asked why she shouldn't ride the bus, she was arrested and spent 13 hours in a cell and paid a fine.
Of $25 for disorderly conduct.
That's what is that, like 100, 200 nowadays?
What year was it? I can find out.
1954.
1954.
Oh, it's 51.
51.
This is some bullshit, though.
That would have been $278 today.
That's a lot. That's extra.
Yeah, I would have been pissed for disorderly conduct.
All right. In October, on October 21st, 1955, 18-year-old Mary Louise Smith refused to give up her seat on a City Line bus to white passengers, thus she was arrested. 55.
She get fined?
Doesn't say. Let's see. In 1956, Smith was one of the 5 women named as plaintiffs in the federal civil suit Browder versus Gale, challenging the what's that word? Constitutionality of the state and local bus segregation laws. On June 13th, 1956, a 3-judge panel of the district court ruled that the laws were unconstitutional.
There you go.
Good for her. I don't see anywhere on Wikipedia she paid a fine, so she got out there good. Good for her.
We got one more.
Okay.
So Ida B. Wells successfully sued Chesapeake and the Ohio Railroad Company after she was forcibly removed from a Tennessee train for refusing to give up her seat to a white passenger.
Oh.
The victory was later reversed by the Tennessee Supreme Court.
Wait, hold. So she won. It just took some time.
Yes, that's what.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Damn, she had a hard ass life.
Yeah.
No, she was born into slavery, got out, like she had a real life. Jesus.
At that point, you just know your constitutional laws. At that point,
she made it all the way, though. She got a Pulitzer Prize in 2020.
Shout out to those women, most definitely.
They got a full-size statue of her in Memphis. Good for her.
All right.
Word.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
All right. So, first of all, let's give a round of applause for the Black women in history. Shout out to them. I thought that was pretty dope. What's your guys' last remaining thoughts on that topic?
It's just good to see, all the powerful women in the world. Because a lot of times you only hear and see about the powerful men, but it takes all kinds. It takes a village. We gotta stick together. We can't ostracize each other.
Right. And this week we did Black women. Next week we're probably gonna do white women with their supreme leader Hillary Clinton.
I don't like how you worded it, but we all know how Rob is.
Yeah, Rob. I hope Rob realized that he was telling a joke there.
That could have been a little simple. But all right, next to our next topic. A College Park, and this is happening in College Park. Maryland mayor charged with 56 counts of child pornography.
Jesus.
Ellie, you want to read this?
Not College Park. College Park, Maryland Mayor Patrick Wilhelm resigned Wednesday, day after he was arrested and charged with 56 counts of pornography. His charges included 40 counts of possession of exploitive materials and 16 counts of distribution of exploitive materials, according to police. Prince George, PG County. Police Chief Aziz Malik described the case during a press conference on Thursday as disturbing. In so many ways that people count on public officials, people who are supposed to be honest and trustworthy and have a high degree of integrity. It is troublesome, Malik said. Wilhelm has been mayor since 2015 and was previously a city council member. Look at him. He looked like he's supposed to be doing this dumb shit.
He looked like a pedophile.
Wilhelm, I don't know about that word. Wilhelm wrote in his resignation letter to the city that on February 28, 2023, a search warrant was executed on my residence as part of an ongoing police investigation. I have cooperated fully and will continue to cooperate with law enforcement. While this investigation does not involve any official city business of any kind, it is in the best interest of our community that I step aside and not serve as a distraction. Wilhelm wrote, I'm stepping away today to deal with my own mental health. Jesus.
Oh, yeah, stop. I'm done.
Look, every time it's got to do with mental health.
Put him in jail. This isn't mental health. Put him in jail. You don't got to read all of this. Put that nigga in jail.
PG County Police said it It was tipped off by the National Center for Missing and Exploited that suspected pornography had been uploaded to the messaging site Kik as early as January 10th. Kik removed the videos and then informed the pre-mentioned national agency, which alerted the police on February 17th. A subpoena was later issued to Yahoo for information about the email account associated with the Kik account. According to statements from the Maryland State Attorney, Yahoo account's recovery email was Wohan's official government email. Police later served a warrant of, oh my God.
Like you ain't gotta keep going. I'm telling you, this is only gonna get worse. This is only gonna get worse.
That's not that much
That's
left.
it. If convicted, Wohan faces up to 360 years in prison. Wow.
If he did it, put him in jail.
Yeah, they said it was linked to his email. His government.
Idiots. Like, you gonna do something so fucking stupid. Like, I'm not promoting anything, but like, why? Why? Of all things, you know this is illegal. You
Maybe
know you're gonna go to jail.
maybe he's being set up, and this is gonna be one hell of a story one day.
Nah, bro. Look at him.
Yeah.
Come on. You got his Harry Potter glasses and everything.
Stop. See, that's Jack.
Hold on. Let's play a game.
All right, let's play a game.
What's his name?
Patrick Wohan.
Wohan.
You gotta help me spell it. I don't know where it is.
WOJAHN.
Okay, let's see. What political party is he part of?
Let's find out.
No, answer the question. Don't.
Oh, that's the game. Got you.
Yeah.
I'll say Democrat.
I'm saying Republican.
Well, let's see. Patrick Wohan is politically affiliated with the Democratic Party. From 2010 to 2014, was his time as the Democratic city councilor. Yep, he's a Democrat.
Yeah, they're Republicans. Republicans go to church.
Yeah, is that what happens? Yo, he's openly gay and married. He lives with his husband, Dave Colasar, although it is unclear how long the couple has been together.
Damn, bro. My biggest problem is gay dudes like him make all the gay.
No, it's just people like him, Darren. Or not sorry, Darren. Rob.
Nah, but he gives a bad credit because you know how people think about gay people already. Then some shit like this comes out, it just gives them more ammo just to shoot at gay people.
If it was a black dude, it would have been the same way. You would have been like, he gives black people a bad name, right?
No,
yeah. Black people don't have a history of child pornography.
The problem is people who are overly like how do I put this? People who are overly I don't even know what to say at this point. Against gay people.
Oh,
I want to know what categorizes it though.
What's the question?
What categorizes that? Like, is it anything 18 and under? Like, what is it?
No, there's legal. Yeah, for the most, it's not everything like 18 and under because there's some states you can get married at 16. It's honestly, at the end of the day, it depends on your state's laws.
No, I'm saying in this guy's case, like, what is the definition of this type of pornography? Is it anything 18 and under? Like,
yes,
yeah,
that's what it is. So that's so.
And not LA, it'll be 17 and under. 18 is technically fun.
17 and under?
Yeah.
I don't even like. I don't want to think about it, but like, I need to know what the definition of it is. Like,
definition.
Like, do you have to not be emancipated? Like, because there's people who are 16, 17, they're emancipated. They pay taxes. They have their own apartments. They live on their own. Like, is that an adult?
Yeah, I think.
Go ahead, Darren.
Can we just get to like the finality of this all? We live in a new time. Who owns porn?
It's not even that, because what I'm saying though, like you got all these
And
TikTok people, and like, is that considered? Like, I'm just trying to understand what is this definition.
You guys are going two different directions.
yeah,
Darren, what are you talking about?
I'm saying who owns porn?
I don't know,
Child,
the people who make it.
child pornography people, because you
Thank
can't
you.
have it on your.
Because nobody literally has magazines anymore of porn. You know what I mean? We live in a new time period.
Everything's been digitized though. You can say the same about magazines.
Yeah,
Nobody's buying magazines for anything.
but you're way more likely to get caught on like the dark web or something just because it's still a place than
This
having
dude
like a
got caught on
physical.
Kick. That's an app you can download on your phone.
Makes me
We
worse.
know he's an idiot, but I think that was Darren's point, right?
Yeah, that's my whole point.
And that's fine. And I have no problem with that. But what I'm saying though is like, what is the definition of it? Because like,
You want me to look
you
it
know
up?
how many times you go on TikTok and you see all these little girls doing the new dance. Like, if he's sharing those videos, is that
Dancing
considered
is not
this?
pornography.
Is that what this is?
Uh,
Or is it like, you know,
it's probably
actual?
sexual things done to kids.
But that's what I'm
Dancing's not
saying. Like,
pornography.
what is the definition of that? Because last week, remember, we talked about how drag shows is a sexual like what a crime now? Like, what is the definition of what this man did? Is what I need to understand.
I'm so confused. Darren, you know what he's saying?
I think I do know, but I think I don't want to look this up.
No, so we are from the old school, right? Where if you watch the video of people doing the deed and they're not of age, that is called this, right?
Yeah.
So now we have new things. We have TikTok. We have these very sexualized dances and whatnot. Is that also considered
No.
No.
no?
No. No.
No,
No.
LA, hold on, LA.
but
No.
A 14-year-old
but
twerking on TikTok isn't the same as child pornography.
All right, let
okay,
Ellie go.
okay. So that's not the same. We consider that not a sexualized thing, right? That's just people dancing,
It's a sexual
whether they're
dance. You can
18 or
argue it's a
not.
sexual dance, but it's not.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
You could argue that it's a sexual dance historically,
Okay,
but we still look at it as a dance.
okay. So then if there's a 12, 13, 14-year-old doing this activity we just discussed,
Okay.
and this man is now sending it to his little friends, what is that considered?
Creepy?
But it's
Yeah.
not pornography, correct?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I'm just trying to understand because if I Google this and that's what he's going to jail for next week, I'm coming for your throats.
Oh, Google it
'Cause
right now.
I feel like that's what is happening. Like I feel like he's
Based off
about to get
what?
got for some TikTok shit. Watch.
If that's
Watch.
the case, that'd be very weird. It's
It's
just
about to
creepy.
be some TikTok shit. I'm telling you. I guarantee you that's what it's about to be. He's about to be getting caught because some person, some content creator was sharing these videos and then they found out they're not of age and now the cops are on them. I'm telling you, I guarantee that's
I
what's going on.
strongly disagree that is what's happening.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know where you even got that from.
Like the
Where
whole
I
point,
got that from?
the second you say he owns some shit like that, it's not TikTok shit. You don't own something that you're sending to somebody else like that.
So what I'm trying to explain to you is the world of online content creation, I guess. So you can have somebody who has a TikTok or whatever, they say they're 19, 18, whatever. And they are selling specified videos where they'll do whatever you ask for and they'll do X amount of dollars for X amount of thing, right?
Yeah.
Now this guy does or does not know this person's age or real age because they're on this platform and they purchase something. They send them money and they get this video back. Now this guy sends his video to his buddies. I'm not saying that it's happening on TikTok, or it could be any app, it could be any platform, it could be any website.
That's the thing. It can't be.
It can be. Like this shit's happening right now.
So,
It
LA.
can't be. That shit gets flagged in most places, bro.
Yeah, Kick took it down immediately, they said.
It doesn't. If it does not, I can assure you, I
Child
see it on
pornography?
Reddit constantly.
Child
I
pornography?
assure you it's real.
Time out, Ellen. So you telling me this is child pornography on Reddit? If there's child
I'm not
pornography on Reddit, it's
saying.
going to get taken down within 5 minutes.
I'm not saying that. How does Reddit verify that you're 18?
You click a button, I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
They just click a button, you tell them.
Okay, so now I can upload a picture. How does Reddit know I'm 18?
I'm saying the shit that you upload gets flagged regardless, no matter
Okay.
what age you are.
Okay, that's not true. It's not true. There are.
I don't look. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know Reddit. I don't know. I'm talking about from the
Really?
places that have been called to Congress, the Facebooks, the Twitters, the Googles, and the Instagrams, those type things. Those places, that shit gets flagged very quickly.
And you have
I don't
I don't
Instagram
know about
models.
Reddit.
You have Instagram models who have those Instagram. Their profiles are just adult profiles, and they still have their content there. And you
I've
can
never
Why
like
is
seen
it child pornography?
I've never seen an adult profile on Instagram. I don't know what that is. I
I
don't
can
know
show
what
you.
that
I
is.
can show you guys. I can show you
Bruh,
guys the world.
Look. I spend a little bit of time on Instagram, and I can tell you, I've never seen an adult.
All I'm saying is that there's ways around things. There's OnlyFans. Yes, you could give someone, you can get someone's ID and you can put it in there, and it could be a completely different person using that profile.
Ellen,
I'm just saying
slow down.
that. Yes.
What? So you're stating this about regular porn, right?
I'm saying
This
it
isn't
about
child
the
pornography.
internet.
If child pornography is
I'm
uploaded
saying,
and somebody sees it, and they're going to report it right away.
but how do you know their age? Is what I'm saying.
The
I'm
person watching it
assuming
or in
it's
the
not like a
video. I'm so
6-year-old
confused.
because we said 17 and under, right?
Right.
17-year-olds are big. Like, hey, my oldest is just as big as me, and that motherfucker just turned 18.
10-year-olds aren't.
And we don't know the age, though, is what I'm saying.
You're trying to say now you're playing it close with the age thing. We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't
My
know.
whole point is, no matter what somebody sends you on those type of platforms, you don't own it. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's no ownership of it.
I
So
completely agree. Anything that's sent on the internet is free game. I get it.
So whatever they found was something he was not supposed to fucking have.
I agree.
That's my whole point.
I agree. But all I'm saying is I think he got caught up on this whole TikTok and this whole, because they have a whole new generation of sex work going on in the world right now where people can do. I've watched so many documentaries, bro. Like, this is my newest topic. It's wild what people can do on the internet now. Like, you don't have to leave your house. People are selling underwear online for hundreds of dollars a pop, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like
Crazy.
it's a time to be alive. It's just what a time, man. But maybe I just have hope for him and that it'll get dismissed. Hopefully it'll be a 17-year-old because, Maryland.
Wait, what?
I'll be honest. If he did that shit, send that nigga to jail.
Ellen, you can't say that.
You don't know what age they were. You don't know if it's all his fault.
I don't know.
17-year-old.
That's why I preface this
You can't
by
say
saying
that.
if he did it.
If it was some foul shit, yeah, he's going to jail for 360 years. But if it was somebody else who was trying to get up in the world using the internet, I feel like he deserves a chance. Because maybe he didn't know.
Okay. Go ahead, Rob. What are you about to say?
Know that they're okay. I was just going to ask for closing arguments.
I can't really hear you, Rob.
I was just going to ask for closing arguments. Wrap up the topic.
Oh, that was my closing argument.
Darren?
Yeah. I don't know. That's all I got to.
At the end of the day, like you guys said, if he did it, send him to jail forever. If he didn't do it, send him to jail forever. There's no way you have all that.
56 is such a high number to me. Like, I feel like
that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way all 56 are, like, I don't know how much pornography he had, but you can't tell me all the pornography was 17-year-olds.
Y'all, come on, bro. This ain't right. 40 counts. 40 counts possession of child.
I just need to know what it was.
I don't.
It was underage kids. That's all you need to know.
These
I
are.
understand that, but
I'll be honest with you, LA. These are the times that the courtroom, I'll let the jury decide. I'll let the jury and the judge decide. If they're going to see that shit and whatever they say, I'm cool with it. I don't need to be a part of it.
because I've known people who were of that age, the 16, the 17s, they think they grown and they be doing dumb shit. I know these people.
I hope there's a LA on the jury that is right there that can see it from a point of view of that, or oh no, this nigga did that shit. Like this is wrong. I hope there's somebody that's.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Needless to say, what happened was wrong. I'm not contesting that, but 56 is just such a high number. Like I feel like they had a good
I don't understand why people keep thinking shit like that is a high number. People think 56 is a high number. People think Deshaun Watson's 20 something is a high number. People, bro, people just fall into habits, bro. This is what it is. That's all it is. People fall into habits.
Like one or two, 4 or 5. Okay, the spirit was weak. I get you.
20 is
people fall into bad ass habits, bro. That's all that is. People fall into terrible habits. So when you see those high numbers of people doing
in American adults with the question, do you agree or disagree with the statement? Is it okay to be white? Remember, on telephone and online. So anybody could be trolling. And the report found that 72% of the respondents agreed, including 53 who are black. Some 26% of black respondents disagreed, and 21 said they're not sure. The poll found that 79% of all respondents agree with the statement, black people can be racist too. The statement, is it okay to be white, has been repeated on right-wing websites and in speeches. So he asked the question and 72% agreed. Is it okay to be white?
So let's ask us, is it okay to be white there?
What the fuck are we asking ourselves? Is it okay to be white? What do you mean? Yes, it's okay to be white. I don't understand that question.
LA, is it okay to be white?
Sure.
I don't think it's okay to be white. I think all the white people should be thrown in jail for just being white, at least for the next 400 years. Then
so Rob is literally just playing jokes with y'all.
He's part of the 26%. It turns out that nearly half of the team doesn't think I'm okay to be white, he said, adding that he would re-identify as white. I'm going to back off from being helpful to Black America because it doesn't seem like it pays off, he said. I get called a racist. That's the only outcome. It makes no sense to help Black Americans if you're white. It's over. Don't even think it's worth trying. I'm not trying to start a war or anything, he added. Nothing like that. I'm just saying get away. Just get away.
Okay. That still doesn't make sense to me.
That's
the context didn't help the remarks.
So are you guys ever reading Dilbert ever again?
I never read it in the first place. It's just somebody that you saw.
So apparently he lost
said
everything.
He used to identify as Black because he likes to be on the winning team. What? I don't get it.
All right, y'all. This nigga's delusional.
I don't get him. But you can read the article on NPR. Just search Dilbert.
If these comments are real, if these quotes are real, he's losing something in his brain. There's something. They need to do a psychological breakdown on this guy.
Apparently, they had Dilbert on SNL this week.
I'm definitely gonna watch this after the podcast.
All right, moving on to the next one. Darren put this in here for me in LA. Apparently, it's a list of the best fight scenes of all time in anime.
I wanted to see what y'all thought.
Okay, let's see.
All right, so let's go through these.
You should be good. Just put there.
Goku versus Vegeta and Dragon Ball Z.
That's a top tier fight to get back in the day. That's an OG fight.
It was a really good fight. The first time they met was kind of crazy.
Yeah, he turned into a Orzuru, and Goku hit him with the Destructo Disc and missed like fuck. Yajirobe had to come through, and then he was never useful again in the series.
Yeah, Darren. I'm pretty sure that's the one where he turned into the huge ape and was just fucking shit up.
You know,
Yeah,
because
Vegeta was
he
different.
made the moon.
This sounds like a legendary fight, though.
It was legendary.
It was legendary.
They
It's the first time they met.
reanimated parts of it in Dragon Ball Kai. Have you ever watched that on the Plex?
Don't watch Kai. Kai sucks.
I'm just saying they reanimated parts of it.
Eren versus Annie in Attack on Titan.
I love that studio, so this is a top tier one.
It was a pretty good fight from what I remember. This was season 1, right?
I don't think Eren became a Titan until season 2, but
Okay, then maybe I
Maybe.
didn't see this.
maybe.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Jotaro versus Dio.
Jotaro.
Jotaro. I've heard great things about this anime. They say I've heard it's very quirky, but still has really good fight scenes. But I've never
Yeah.
actually sat down and watched it.
JoJo's top tier. I watched a lot of JoJo, but then I stopped in like 2018. I couldn't do it no more.
All right. All Might versus All for One. This fight was fire.
Yeah,
This
shit
fight was fire. If Darren, if you ever want to see an epic anime fight with like the world on the line, best versus best, your rival versus rival at the highest of the levels, watch this fight. This fight was fire.
Nah, I liked Endeavor's fight way better when he was fighting the Nomus. That shit I had goosebumps.
You know what my favorite one was?
Huh.
When Deku fought the muscle guy. I forget what his name was.
He did.
Bro,
He
that shit
put
made
in
me
work.
cry. I thought Deku was about to die, bro.
He put in work.
He said, 1,000,000%. He went crazy on him. He went crazy on him. That was a crazy fight.
He broke his everything. Oh, this is an old school one. This is a
Yo,
throwback. You ever
Yu
seen
Yu
this one,
Hakusho?
Rob?
Pronounce? No, I have not. I've never seen this show.
Yo, Yu Yu Hakusho's a throwback. This is hot. This was a good one. Toguro, or they should have put Sensui when he was fighting Sensui. That was a hot fight.
Yeah.
This is a good one. If you have the time, definitely go back and rewatch Yu Yu Hakusho.
All right, bet. Rock Lee versus Gara. Classic.
This was it.
This is the fight I showed you, Darren.
Oh yeah, this shit's fucking fire. This
Classic.
is one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. I can't even lie.
For pre-Shippuden, this animation was hot. They did it.
When he
Yeah,
dropped
Lee-
that shit, I was like, oh yo, this dude's different,
He was cracking Gara's out. He was cracking him apart.
bro. That shit was legendary.
Demon Slayer.
Hey, Rengoku. Yeah, this was top tier fight.
Yeah, the fights in Demon Slayer are fire.
Yeah, they picked a lot of good ones so far. Rengoku is my guy. I'm salty he had to die. They played my guy.
One Piece. I've never watched One Piece.
Boo! I hate One Piece. Next.
It's too long. The fact it's still going is it's crazy.
They just dropped the movie. It comes out on DVD tomorrow, actually, or Tuesday.
Is that it?
That's it.
That's it for this part
So,
of the
you know
list.
what they
They got a
missed?
full list somewhere else.
You
They
know,
did
you know what they
alright.
missed, Ellen? They didn't have any Hunter x Hunter fights in here.
Yeah, with Meruem and what's his name?
The old dude.
Yeah, that shit was hot.
That shit was fire. That was one of the best shows I've ever seen. Hunter x Hunter.
Of
I've heard
early-
so many things about Hunter x Hunter. So many people told me to watch this at this point.
Yeah, Darren. That's one of those animes. It's the last arc is very long, but it's worth it at the end. It pays off. You're just like, oh, niggas just get so sweet. It's ridiculous.
If you're into not having closure, you should watch it.
Don't say that. Don't say
I'm
that.
not.
Don't say
Bro,
that.
I watched that show in the 90s, in the 2010s, and I still don't know how it ends.
Really? Wait, how far did you get up to then?
I got all the way up to both animes ending. They don't end. The manga has still going on. They get all the way up to the presidential elections, and then nothing happens every time. Because
Yeah.
the 2011 one was a remake of 2000 or the 90s one.
I
And
watch
then
both.
Dude keep talking about he gets sick and he can't make the show and he's this and that. Breaks my heart. Like
Um,
the last manga chapter was like 4 years ago.
really.
It's all bad. It's a bad time for anime fans.
So here's the thing. Hunter x Hunter was one of the first animes I watched during quarantine. I
Good
watched
choice.
I watched the original one first because I just loved like how that looked, how it was drawn. It just has this like raw feel to it. Then I watched the 2011 one, which is just way more cleaner and like you can tell it's made by computer. I was blown away by that show.
It's a
That
good
show
show.
was fantastic. I love that show. That's a top tier anime.
Yeah. Jujutsu Kaisen's not on this list, which I think is disrespectful, but it's okay.
There's more to the list, y'all. We just went with the small version of it.
Okay, my bad shit.
All right, that was fun. Let's move on to our next topic.
Remember last week when we talked about drag and how I told y'all that they keep making these laws about drag people
Yeah.
because they are gay inside and they're ashamed of it. So everybody should be ashamed of it and not have to do it around them. Well,
Right.
guess what happened? The same person who's over there trying his hardest to ban this shit because they don't want them teaching their kids inside of libraries, and they don't want them out in the streets during Pride. Scroll down, please, and let's see that image. He is right here seeing Hard Luck Woman right there in drag. Look at him. Look at him. Having a good time. Look, it's not a problem there in 1977 when he did it. Nobody's complaining there.
Wait, slow down. Hold on, LA. Is it still drag? It looks like the girls are dressed up as guys too. So is it
Yes,
still
that
is
is
it
drag.
still drag if
I think it's drag.
if this is just like a joke?
Are you sure? Who told you it was a joke for him?
You telling me this is not a joke? This is the only picture they have?
I mean, are you sure? That's in the yearbook. I'm
Okay.
sure there's other pictures.
So let's go real quick. Ultimately, this is what they're trying to ban in this state, right?
Yep.
So ultimately, he will go to jail if he did this back then, if this got passed, right?
He would have.
All right then. So that's very hypocritical to me. I think that's what most people are trying to say here.
That's like telling me don't smoke cigarettes and then you light a Newport in front of me. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Even worse, it's like you smoked your whole life, decided not to smoke, and then told everybody else you can't smoke all of a sudden. It's like, no, bro. Like, you changed your life. That's even better. Here's an even better one. Like me becoming a vegetarian. I'm a vegetarian. I've been this way. I don't think nobody should eat meat. Nobody can eat meat no more. Nah, fuck that
So
shit.
wait,
Like,
you
stop.
guys think he did this because he likes to dress as a woman?
I think he doesn't know how he feels inside and he's so conflicted that he's trying
Based
to
on
impose his
what?
will on other
One
people.
picture?
It don't matter if there's 1,000 pictures, man. He's
That's
trying to
like-
do something against people that he's doing in fucking self. I bet you in the privacy of his mansion, he's over there getting pegged by his wife.
Based on what?
Based off this picture.
That's crazy, LA.
That's how I feel.
So is Martin Lawrence a drag queen?
Yeah.
Comedy. And that's comedy.
He was in drag, wasn't he?
So
Just
he loves drag. He loves getting dressed up as a woman, getting
No, y'all.
pegged by his wife.
Stop.
That's
Just because he
that's
did a
what
whole movie in
loves to do.
drag.
Stop.
If-
Stop.
That's
If
the
he
con-
is a
that's the
part of
conclusion
this-
you're jumping
If he's
to.
a part of this to silence other people, yes, he is.
He's not a part of this, y'all. Stop. Stop.
I'll put money on it. Unless we find anything different, I'll put money on it. He did that shit as a joke back in high school. Probably making fun
It
of
doesn't
drag
matter,
people.
Rob. Ultimately, it doesn't matter. Even if you did it as a joke or you did it as a person who's confused, like LA said before. Regardless, you're young and you did it. That would send a young person to jail nowadays under the new law that they're proposing. That's all. I think that's the hypocritical part of it. Regardless if he did it as a joke.
This man make $170,000 a year to be a hypocrite.
The way LA made it seem like we found out this nigga was wearing drag and dressing in
Yes,
his house
yeah.
yesterday.
He's drag.
That's not
He's
what
drag.
happened. This is high school, bro. We're really gonna hold somebody accountable for something that happened in high school?
Didn't
like
somebody
calling
just
Jerry
get
Jones a
Me Too
racist.
from high school? for being racist or not
Jerry-
saying some shit?
You talking about the Jerry Jones picture?
Yeah. So if we can hold him accountable, how come we can't
We're
hold this
not
guy?
we're not holding him accountable. Jerry Jones in that picture did nothing racist. He was just there. We don't know Jerry Jones threw food on those black girls.
Ultimately, I think that's exactly why you can't compare this. And dude, it's probably worse. This is hypocritical. At the very least, it's hypocritical. At the very least, it's hypocritical.
I think you could say it's hypocritical if he was in drag just because he felt like a woman or some bullshit.
The bill says it includes any male or female impersonators. The man was impersonating a female.
Thank you.
According
It's
to him,
hypocritical.
he's a drag queen, and that he don't want that shit out there.
It's hypocritical.
Just saying.
That's
The
so
man's
he
gay.
called himself a drag queen in LA.
I shouldn't say he's gay. What should I say? What? You said what?
Wait, you said he's a drag queen?
According to himself, yeah.
He said,
he's
"I'm a
part of
drag queen." That's what he said.
Well, he said that male or female impersonators is what he's describing as a drag show. They
I
don't
know.
use the word drag show explicitly in the bill.
I would actually at this point like to ask the drag community what they think about this. Let us know down below if you're offended by this. Do you think he's a hypocrite? Do you think he was
He's
making
not
fun
even
of drag?
dressed good. He's dressed terribly.
That's
Go
what I'm
ahead
saying.
and
That's why I think it's
go
a
back-
joke.
Scroll back down.
The LA, that's what my point. That's what I'm saying. It's a joke.
This is very hypocritical. At the end of the day, that's all I gotta say. It's hypocritical. If you're proposing this law, come on now.
Look at him. Look how tired his knees look. He must. Let me stop. Let me stop. I don't like him, Rob. I don't care. I don't like him. You
Well,
can't tell me this.
I don't
Yeah.
like. I'll be honest. I'll say it too. I don't like him still either. Like
Yeah,
you're proposing something that's wrong.
Wait, are we talking about the law?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm talking about him. Fuck him. Gonna hold people down because you want to be old and angry.
So apparently we can't get away from nigga news on this podcast. So I have to show you guys this shit. This
Oh
nigga
my
pulls a
God.
bullet out of his
No.
head.
Go ahead and play it. I'm interested.
Still alive. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. Still alive. I'm still alive. I'm still alive.
Idiot. If you don't go to the fucking hospital, you fucking idiot. I can't stand people. Can't stand people. I know I'm stubborn against hospitals too, but my goodness, bro. Oh god.
Yo, I'm mad he was playing the what is that? Spot him, got him. I'm still alive.
How do you even do that, bro? How do you even do that? Like what?
So yeah, he
Oh,
pulled a
we
bullet out of
covered
his
this
head.
before.
So what do you guys think about that?
I
Just
think
too
you
gross?
need to go to the hospital. You have
That's
blood in your head.
All
Good
right.
for him. Shit.
Our next topic. This judge. So let me just read the description. After a judge sentenced another judge to jail time, chaos erupted in an Ohio courtroom, and the defendant had to be dragged out.
I think we
Former
covered-
Cincinnati Judge Tracy Hunter was convicted in 2014 for misusing her position as a judge to help her brother. She was sentenced to 6 months in jail and has been appealing the ruling ever since. The case has drawn outrage from the African American community who say Hunter is being treated unfairly. And let's watch the video.
we covered this before. Yeah.
After a judge sentenced another judge to jail time, chaos erupted in an Ohio courtroom. And taking the defendant into custody wasn't so easy, as a court officer had to drag her out. Former Cincinnati Judge Tracy Hunter was sentenced to 6 months in jail back in 2014 but she's been appealing the ruling ever since. She was convicted of misusing her position as a judge to help her brother, who was facing an employment dispute over his job in the county. Her lawyer has claimed her actions didn't break the law.
Judge Hunter has gotten up each morning not knowing whether that was going to be the day that she was going to have to go to jail.
But now that all of her appeals have been exhausted, she had to face the music. Has drawn outrage from the African American community, who say Hunter is being treated unfairly. Several people tried to protest her sentence. One was restrained by deputies and released after being found guilty of contempt of court. Hunter filed a...
So what do you guys think about that? Should she be able to use her power to help her brother out, or did she misuse it and she should go to jail?
I mean, was she his lawyer? Like, I don't know
No,
how
she's
she.
the judge of the county, right? Her sounded like her brother had some government job, and he had a dispute about it. They're saying she used her power as the judge to help her brother out, which is illegal.
I feel like they do that shit all the time, but
I think that's what the black people are thinking. Like, y'all do this, y'all would do something like this all the time, and y'all are, what would you say, not make an example out of, but you're
Yeah.
treating her unfairly, something you guys wouldn't do to a white judge.
that's crazy. That's unfortunate for her. She should have did it so she didn't get caught.
I guarantee her brother did something stupid, and that's why they got caught.
Probably did do something stupid.
Darren?
That's unfortunate. It's only 6 months though. Should be out.
Yeah, I feel the same way y'all feel.
Her career might be done, but should be out. Oh,
Yeah.
this shit was wild. Y'all gotta watch this whole interview, but just this clip. Watch this dude. Jon Stewart lets him have it.
All right. So this is Jon Stewart versus a pro-gun guy. Let's see what happens.
What's the leading cause of death amongst children in this country? And I'm going to give you a hint. It's not drag show readings to children.
Correct, yes.
So what is it?
I'm presuming you're going to say it's firearms.
No, I'm not going to say it like it's an opinion. That's what it is. It's firearms. More than cancer, more than car accidents. And what you're telling me is you don't mind infringing free speech to protect children from this amorphous thing that you think of. But when it comes to children that have died, you don't give a flying fuck to stop that because that shall not be infringed. That is hypocrisy at its highest order.
So wait,
There
what
you
is
go.
that guy? What state is that guy part of?
He's probably part of this Tennessee shit.
Do we know that for a fact?
I don't know for a fact, no. But
We're arguing here.
So what do you guys
Um,
think about what he said?
What are they debating?
It's from this clip, it sounds like they were talking about drag shows and not promoting drag or any of that gay shit in schools, but he's not willing to ban guns, even though guns actually harm kids more than a drag show would.
Oh no, I'm not banning drag shows. I'm not banning either one of them. At some point, you gotta let people fucking be people, bro. This is America. You got the right to express yourself, and as long as it's not fucking harming other people, shit.
But that's Jon Stewart's point. The leading cause to death in kids in America is guns. More than cancer.
You
More
gotta
than
figure
car
out something
accidents.
with gun. You gotta figure out something with gun prevention for children. I get that.
No, Darren, he's talking about like school shootings, not prevention. He's talking about school shootings.
Oh,
It's
Like
already
adults
happening.
going into schools.
I
Students
don't
going
got
into
an
schools.
answer for that. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean that's the point. We don't have an answer for it as Americans. The only thing I've heard is give teachers guns, which I don't think it's a good idea personally.
I don't think that's a good idea as much either.
So, LA, what'd you think?
I mean, gun violence is definitely an issue in America, as you know, all the data and research shows, especially with young Americans. But you know, everybody in America has freedom that no one else in the free world has. So don't take away my guns, don't take away this. But like Jon Stewart said, we're gonna ban freedom of speech because of drag shows, but we can't ban firearms. Come on. Come on. Like, what the fuck are we doing, bro? Like, it's crazy. It is craziness. And I think that's all he's trying to bring to light, like this shit is not that it's not that hard to see the writing on the wall. But apparently it is.
So on to more fun news in the sports world. The NFL is handing out team report cards. I'm assuming they put this in here so we can look at our teams and teams in general. So let's go through these pretty quick. Y'all ready?
Yep. So.
Oh damn, it's like this.
Yeah, we don't gotta go through them all. You can scroll down.
All right, well let's go through the categories real quick. So the categories are treatment of families, nutrition, weight room, strength staff, training room, training staff, and locker room. All right, what do you want to go to first?
Ravens.
Let's start with the Ravens.
All right, so go ahead.
We are C+ treatment of families, B- in nutrition. We got decent food. We got a lot of crab cakes. Okay, weight room is decent. Okay, the strength staff is soft because we're going through a restructuring. The training, huh?
F-.
Yeah, it's soft. That's fine.
That's why y'all keep getting hurt.
Yeah, it's soft. The training room's all right. Our training staff is good. We know how to bench them weights. And our locker room is nice.
LA, speaking of, this is a small tangent. What the fuck is going on in Baltimore?
I don't know, bro.
Your GM's beefing with the receivers. Niggas don't want to pay Lamar Jackson. What the fuck is going on?
I don't know. They're going to franchise tag him and just call it a day. I don't know.
But if they franchise tag him, is he just going to sit out?
Probably.
The Raiders.
I don't know. I don't know what the game plan is, but they're going to just do some dumb shit, and I'm just going to be there with my jersey on, happy to be there.
All right.
That's all we are as fans.
Eating a hot dog, knowing damn well I don't like it.
All right. Where's the Raiders at there?
You missed the Raiders.
Where are they at?
Look it up.
All right, go ahead.
So we good. We good across the board. We one of the best teams in the league. That's
we got a new everything.
Yeah, we just moved to Las Vegas. Shit is beautiful.
You also need a new quarterback. I think it should be Anthony Richardson.
We're not gonna go into this right now. The Raiders are going, as something I say every day, the Raiders don't got a quarterback.
All right. So you guys got good at everything.
Yep. Not the Steelers.
I can't
now
see
treat y'all families like shit.
D-, B+. What's the B+? Nutrition. We have a B+ nutrition. We got a C in weight room. We got an A- in our strength staff because we're strong.
Shit.
We got a D- in training room. We have a B+ in training staff, and we have a D+ in locker room. We don't need no fancy locker room in Pittsburgh.
Well, I can tell you, you need to treat your families better.
Yeah.
That's why JJ wanted to retire. Y'all was talking about him going to be a Steeler. He said, "Fuck that, I'm retired." If you click on each one, it should just have their overall grade. Cincinnati and Arizona is really bad.
Yeah, what's going on with the Bengals?
They actually have to deal with rats in their locker room.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, rats. Yeah, Arizona is bad as well. Yeah, it'll break it down if you go to each one.
Oh, that's crazy.
So
the players would like dinner.
Who? So this is the NFL Players Union. Does this?
Yep. So click one. Yeah, you can click on anyone. Just scroll down one little bit right here. So one of 11 teams who do not offer daycare on game day. One of 14 teams that do not offer family room at the stadium.
Okay. Oh, that's actually really cool.
Almost and this was the breakdown. But if you go to the teams who scored the worst, like Cincinnati, Arizona, stuff like that, you'll see the stuff that they have to deal with. For corporations for companies that are worth billions of dollars, this is ridiculous. They get a $300 million check at the beginning of every year. The team does. Each team does from the NFL.
How much was it?
300 million.
Yeah. Dang.
Are they just
They
not
got
making enough
paid.
money?
I don't think no, that can't be it. That can't be it. I'm sorry. Cincinnati just went to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean, bro? You know what I mean, bro? Shit's just got bought in the past 3 years. No, I'm not having that.
I was hearing that a couple years back that Cincinnati the players were complaining about the facility. Was that Cincinnati or Cleveland?
It was Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Showers and
They don't
toilets do
have outlets
not work.
to charge their devices. Wow.
So what is this? So the NFLPA basically goes around to the players and just has them answer
Have them
questions
vote.
about their team.
I guess. I don't know.
That's actually kind of cool.
Go down. That's the last one. Or is there one more?
80% of players feel like they have enough room to spread out. No roommates. Good amount of first class seats.
Yes, last one. But yeah,
This is actually really cool.
it's a full breakdown for each team. Any fan should go and check out what their
Pick Baltimore.
Who is the best one there? Do you know?
the best one. The Raiders was number 3. I know that. I don't remember who's number 1. Oh, the
y'all
Rams and
provide
the
daycare.
Chargers were not there though. The Rams and the Chargers were not doing good. I was surprised my damn self.
Keep going. Okay.
F minus.
Damn. You're the worst team in the league? Oh, at the
Yeah.
strength coaches.
Players do not feel the strength staff helps them be more successful. Ha!
I mean, that's why you're always getting hurt. That's what's going on right now.
That's crazy. But you guys got a nice locker room at least, right?
Probably renovated that. What about team travel?
One more down.
Down. Okay. So that's where all the money going traveling.
Yeah, it's the teams that were really bad were the problems.
Well, let's look at the Cowboys.
Kansas City, they scored really bad at something too, as championships, as a champion. They
Cowboys
scored
are
really
number
bad
one.
at
Of course,
something. I
Terry
forgot what
Jones
it
is
was.
number one. They're number one at everything except training staff, training room, training staff, and team travel.
They better. That stadium better be nice as shit.
All right. You guys got anything else to say about this?
I think everybody should go check that out.
All right. Now
It's very interesting.
Speaking of football players, let's move on to our next topic.
Just how long we got left? Because I gotta.
This can be our last topic. Rachel struggles with polycystic ovary syndrome, where she grows huge amounts of facial and body hair. She is desperate to get some help and regain her confidence before her wedding next year. And I wanted to watch a little bit of this with y'all.
My name is Rachel, and I have one older sister named China, and she has been the biggest support throughout my entire life. Because I have been able to grow a full beard since at least I was 14. When I first noticed it, I was in elementary, and I think about 4th grade, I was growing sideburns. I, at first, wasn't paying much attention to the hair growth until the puberty stage of when I should have gotten a period. And that's when it started growing into a full beard.
So bullying was a thing that, by the time she hit high school, things got hard. 16. I was in college. And so she dealt with a lot of that alone. And that's hard for a kid.
I started shaving like daily to try and hide it because, high school years is definitely not the time to be a bearded lady. So this is my daily shaving routine. I start with the clippers. I get mistaken all the time for being a man. Kids ask me if I'm a he or a she. Sometimes my clippers get a little stuck and full. I have a wonderful fiance. His name is Mikey. Me and Mikey have actually been planning our wedding for about 4 years. It's been extremely challenging to find a wedding dress or to find a location that would kind of keep me like a little bit further away from the guests, so they would, not be able to like see the 5 o'clock shadow. It's been troublesome to think about photos for it as well.
Wow.
All right, so that's about 2 minutes of it. What are you guys' thoughts?
I hope she gets the help.
What does the doctor help her with?
That's a good question,
Oh,
too.
you want to skip to that part?
I just don't know what she's supposed to be getting help with at this point.
Let's see what the doctor has to say.
I had Rachel shave 48 hours before her appointment in case I'm able to perform a laser hair treatment today. But even with the shaving 2 days ago, you can still see where she has the excess body hair. Yeah, you have really thick hair follicles. They're coarse. Is it thicker down here? Kind of put your head down for me. So you can even see the shadow on the upper lip. Does the upper lip tend to grow pretty fast?
Yeah,
Yep.
It actually is the quickest area, I think, on my face.
Okay. The good thing is laser hair reduction works really well for.
Hopefully this isn't fucked up. I don't want this to sound fucked up. She actually does look like a female when she doesn't have her beard on.
I mean,
doesn't sound fucked up to me.
The type of hair that you have, which is dark, kind of coarse, and thick hair. The laser uses heat and goes through the skin and kills the hair follicle, but it only works on hair that's actively growing. And on your face, only about like 30 to 40% of your hair is actually in the growth phase. The other hairs are either resting or getting ready to fall out, which is why you need multiple sessions. For you, I'm thinking about 8 sessions. Hopefully within that 8-month period, we would have caught as many hairs as possible.
All right, so basically, to answer your question, she's going to be using laser hair removal.
wow.
I hope it worked out perfect for her.
Yeah.
All
Get
right.
that wedding she wanted. I want to see her fiance. Do we ever see her fiance?
Yeah, they showed
Yeah,
it.
you saw a picture of him.
Well, I mean, I want to see him. Like, that's a edited photo. I don't know what he looks like for real.
He's a white nigga. What are you talking about?
I want to see his whole body, sir. I want to see what he looks like.
All right, let's see if they show him. Nah, he didn't want to be on this shit.
Respect.
Oh, hold on. Who's that?
Now, I'm excited to plan my wedding. I
Oh.
have nobody.
He went from I thought he was a white dude living in the hood to just a regular white guy.
See?
Here to hold me back, and now I get to get the dress of my dreams. Dr. Mercy, I am so grateful for you. I'll see you in
You got a
2
knife on
weeks
his
for my
side?
next treatment, and I better see you at my wedding.
That's what's up.
Good for them.
You said you got a knife on him, Noah?
Yeah,
Yo.
go back like 10 seconds.
Can we please end on a positive or something a little bit more funny or something?
I got a
Go
joke.
back. Just go back a little bit.
How many people called her Fiona in high school?
That's fucked up. What are we ending on a funny joke?
Yours so wrong.
Oh, I know what we can end on. The video I wanted y'all to watch. Hold on, let me find it real quick. The guy calling off from work. So this guy is calling off from work, but he doesn't work at the job.
Their last.
Sylvia speaking. How can I help you?
Yeah, this is Jordan calling. I just started there last week, and it's like really nice and stuff. And some of the boys are going out fishing tomorrow, so I'm not gonna be able to make it in for my shift. I was just wondering if I could take like a sick day or something.
I'm sorry. First of all, your first name was?
Jordan.
Jordan?
Yeah.
And you had just started last week?
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be an unapproved absence. You're too new, I believe, for a sick day. And
Well, I'm not actually sick. I just need a day off to go fishing because it's so nice, and I can't really. I don't want to give up the job because it's good bread for me, right?
I'm not disagreeing with you, but it's not a good legitimate reason to miss your shift from work. So it's going to be unapproved, and just so that you're aware, as far as our policy goes, that's probably a discipline.
Well, what would be a good excuse? Like, could you just write something down for me?
No, I can't. I'm an assistant manager, and I could be the one that has to hold you accountable for it. So no.
You're a manager. Oh.
Yeah, not a good person to ask for an excuse. Sorry, and where do you work in the store?
Electronics.
Electronics. Oh, so you're my associate at that. I'm Sylvia, and I'm your SWAT leader.
Okay.
So I am the manager in charge of you. So I can tell you it is definitely unapproved if you do not show up for your shift.
So I can't go fishing?
No, you can't go fishing.
It's just so nice out.
Yeah, that's one of the
Are you
responsibilities
sure
of
you
the
can't?
job.
You can't do me one just this
No,
week?
I'm sorry, I can't. and just, I mean, it doesn't look very good
It
for
probably
you.
won't be busy though.
Jordan,
Yeah.
you're not looking very good to me right now.
Can you?
Not at all.
Well, I look good. I just don't sound good. I'm confused. Are
Not
we
a very
FaceTime?
good
Can you
first,
see me?
It's not a very good first impression.
Oh, I've met you before. You don't. I didn't know you were a manager. You don't remember me?
No, I may have met you at the interview process, but I mean, we do a lot of them, so I don't remember every face. No. So I'm going to tell you at this point, if you don't show up for your shift, it is an automatic unapproved, which will be a first level written discipline. And within your first 90 days, that is definitely not a good thing.
How many of those do I get?
You're missing the point of what I'm trying to tell you.
How many do I get? It's a good question.
So you need to be here for your shift.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
So I will try to get it set up so next week we can call off from jobs we don't work at.
Yo, he just called it to a random target. I'm not gonna make it. It's so nice.
We're going fishing. In electronics.
But yo, what like is he wrong for that? Like would they would they rather him no show, no call, or just be like, yo, it's nice, I'm not coming in tomorrow? Because no show, no call, you're fired, right? No show, no call, you're fired, right?
Depending, some jobs will give you like a second chance, but if no show, no call, you're probably getting fired 9 times out of 10.
Probably.
It's 2023. He might survive
it. All right.
If there's nobody else.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to thank everybody for listening to this week's episode of the Purple Pill Podcast. It was a great episode. Leave your comments and down below. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see y'all next week. Peace out.
Peace. Y'all stay up.